Don't you feel a little ashamed?
Okay, so this is the Alex B. Police Report Digest. More specifically, it's going to be a Call of Service Report Digest. So ever since he left the Season 3 house up to now, so we have every report for that. And the first one was on December 5th, and this is going to be a theft call. In the notes of this call, basically it's the reporting party is saying he has to leave for a trip in 1 hour. He's requesting a deputy call to file the report if possible. The incident occurred on November 25th when he was on vacation or fish tank. The daughter was hanging out with a friend for 1 hour. After the friend left, they're reporting that a Nintendo Switch was missing. So that's going to be the December 5th report, just a just a theft call. Next, we have January 9th of 2025. And on January 9th, there's going to be 2 separate calls. Actually, you know what? There's going to be 3 separate calls. So we'll start with the first one. Alex B called the police. It doesn't say the nature of the call in the report, but this is about somebody coming by and banging on his garage door. Now, this was during a stream, and we'll actually show the clip of the person banging on his garage door and the reaction.
I've never had the wrong address, Hope.
Oh, somebody wants to start shit.
Yeah. And yeah, so the first call basically states that somebody came by, banged on his garage door, and left a location. He doesn't want dispatch. He just wants to provide info. So just like an information call about what happened. Now he calls them again for the same reason. This nature is labeled a suspicious person. And it looks like he's reporting the same thing. Somebody came by, knocked on the garage door, left 5 minutes ago. It's unclear if he's still outside. Yeah, he said they knocked 5 minutes ago? No, 10 minutes ago. And that's the clip that we just showed you. That's what he's referring to. And then there's another call where I think a police officer actually comes by, and we'll show you the clip or picture. I think it's a clip of him with the police officer. And the police officer in the report, you can see his name is Victor Page. Deputy Page handled this one.
Just I told you this is serious. Don't come back.
And in the notes of the third call for this same thing, the reporting party has footage of the person. He advised that the person who came by and banged on his garage also rode on his vehicles. He wants to press charges. He also informed dispatch that he was a streamer and he was doxxed online. He informed them that the person who came by twice last night. And so those were the 3 calls for January 9th. Now we're going to go to March 5th. This is just going to be a welfare check call. And the callers, I'm not sure who this is or who called, but it says caller's name is Angel. I'm not going to put their number out there. Let's see what Angel said. Yeah, just a welfare check on Jackie. The reporting party advised the subject message him through TikTok, asking him to call the police because Alex was throwing stuff. So if I'm understanding correctly, the person calling the police was on TikTok and somebody messaged him on TikTok telling him to call the police. I think it was Jackie. So the subject, Jackie, yeah. Weird. So Jackie told somebody on TikTok to call the police because Alex was throwing a tantrum. And this was this was March 25th. There was a responding unit as well. So somebody did come by the house for this. And March 26th is going to be the next call. Let's see what we got here. This is going to be an information call. Alex B is calling. He's curious as to whether the deputy that arrived at his residence yesterday was legitimate. He came by to conduct the welfare check, but nobody answered. Reporting party is just worried that he's being tricked again by unknown individuals or fans of the show. He advised people have been showing up at his home, probably referring to the incident of the garage door. Okay, moving on. So the next report is going to be April 5th. He called for a second and then informed them that he would call back. And so we have a report for the very next day on April 6th. And these are two separate calls. This is kind of a long one. So this is an animal humane call, and the caller was Alex B. In the notes of this call, the dispatcher basically says that he was trying to argue, and because of that, the dispatcher had to end the call because they weren't going to sit there and argue with him. What the dispatcher was trying to say was that, a good citizen located his cat, took them to vet for treatment. I think it was at the vet that his cat was euthanized. My guess is the cat was found in critical condition. But let's read here. Mr. Bernard believes his cat was stolen from his property, even though he confirmed the cat lived inside of his residence. Mr. Bernard advised he did not know the cat was missing until the microchip company contacted him, which was too late because the vet had already euthanized him. The dispatcher advised, to Mr. Bernard or Alex B that this was a civil matter. Unfortunately, he was more concerned with arguing of the potential what-if scenarios. He did say that he wanted to press charges against the unknown person for stealing his cat, but he was then advised that his cat was not stolen because the cat ended up at the vet. I think it was just a good Samaritan wanting to take the cat in for whatever happened to it. That's about it for that one. And see, there's another call. Is going to be theft. So I think he's calling again about the cat. Yeah, so the reporting party in the notes here, reporting party advised that the cat was euthanized by the vet without his permission. I guess it's animal humane. It looks like he's just upset the Samaritan didn't give him additional information on how his cat was injured. So yeah, it looks like the Good Samaritan found his cat injured, took it to the shelter, and maybe the shelter then took it to the vet. If I'm reading, I could be messing this up, guys. I'm sorry. That's the second call for April 6th. And then there's an additional call the very next day on April 7th. He just called to meet with an officer so he could turn in evidence. That's what that looks like. I'm not sure what the nature of the evidence is exactly. My guess is it could be probably security camera footage of the last time his cat was seen on property, if I had to guess. Okay, we'll jump to April 19th. And this one's actually the most hilarious one. He called to verify whether or not he was legally married before he could proceed with an eviction. So I'm assuming this is when him and Jackie's relationship was on the rocks. I have no idea why he's not sure as to whether or not he's married. I mean, I think you either sign a paper or you don't. I don't know why he doesn't know he's married, and I'm not sure why he would call a 911 communication dispatch to figure that out. Yeah, weird. And the very next day, there's a call from his wife, Jackie. It looks like it's a mental health call. Let's see. Female is not... what does this mean? She admitted to prior self-harm cutting several years ago, non-recent. No apparent or reported mental health crises or issues. Possible stimulant use in male based on presentation. Male appeared oriented and is not to believe in crisis. In this report, she even mentions that the husband taking Xanax and not sleeping. So I think she's just calling. She's basically trying to call the cops on Alex B. Yeah. So it looks like she called him, alleged that there was possible stimulant use, but it seemed like the officer observed him and said that he seemed to be oriented and not in a mental health crisis. He did deny the drug use. He did deny the mental health issues, and I don't think this call really went anywhere. But that, yeah. She even said she was scared to leave. Okay, and the very next day, April 21st, a non-emergency call. I'm not sure what exactly it was. I think the only notes I'm seeing here is just non-emergency. So I'm not sure exactly what happened with this call. Could have been another mental health check. I'm not sure. But before I move on to the next report, which is on May 24th, I want to go back and have us focus on the unit name that came to the house on April 20th when Jackie was basically trying to snitch on Alex and get him in trouble. The officer's name is Officer Adolf. So I want you to remember that for the next reports coming up, because she does file a complaint on that officer, but it's not until a month later. April 21st, like I said, looked like a non-emergency. Could have been I'm not sure what the call entailed. So we'll move to May 24th. And May 24th, this looks like a call for EMS, something about diabetic, something referring to a diabetic. It says that the person is awake and breathing. I'm not sure who's a diabetic in the house. I can only guess who. Might be Jackie. And the very next day, so this is why I wanted to reference the report on April 20th. Alex called wanting to speak with EMS that picked up the patient at above location on the 24th. So on the 24th, I think what happened was somebody went into diabetic shock and they were picked up by EMS. Alex called the next day and asked to speak with EMS. I'm not sure why. That same day, there's a call. She calls basically wanting to file a report on Deputy Adolf, who we discussed just earlier. I guess while he was there, he was saying rude comments. Jackie basically is saying that the deputy said, "I'm going to choke him against the wall." Jackie said that she did want a call back from a supervisor. And that's all I have on that call, which was on May 25th. So that's the last call. So those are all, I think that's about 15 or 16 calls from his residence ever since he left the fish tank house. So yeah, talk about a waste of police resources. It's kind of ridiculous how many times they call the police, especially for stupid things. Yeah, I plan to get body cam footage. There's FOIA requests out for a few of these visits, so you can expect some body cam footage. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment. Peace.